Greetings to you from Bethlehem, Palestine, birthplace of Jesus. He was born in a land called Palestine. It has been called Palestine for 3,500 years. This is part of the land of Canaan, where humans first developed agriculture, where we first domesticated plants and animals. It's a cultural and natural heritage for all humanity. I say Merry Christmas, and hopefully next year will be a happier year for all of us, where this ongoing genocide, ecocide, medicide, destruction of medical services in Gaza and elsewhere, where all this destruction will stop, where all people will live in peace. Our land, the land of peace, and from Bethlehem, the city of peace, next to Jerusalem, which is only 5 miles away from me. This is my city. I used to be a high school teacher in Jerusalem. I'm not allowed to go to Jerusalem now, to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. So I go to the Church of Nativity, where our tradition holds is the birthplace of Jesus. We, as Palestinian Christians, with our Palestinian Muslim brothers and sisters, are suffering tremendously. In Gaza alone, over 20,000 children have been killed so far in 1 year only. And most of the Gaza population is left homeless. 80% of residential buildings have been destroyed. This pain must stop, and we must help the people of Palestine. After all, these are the people to whom the message of Jesus, the message of hope, has arrived. It's a message that tells us we must triumph over the bad things that happen to us. We must engage. We engage with the international community, with local people, Jews, Muslims, Christians, Baha'i, Druze, atheists. They all work for human rights to end the nightmare of colonialism and apartheid that was imposed on us since 1948. As my mother, who was lost to us, used to tell me about what happened in 1948 and how she lost her best friend. My mother is Christian, her best friend was Muslim. In 1948, they were both teenagers, basically in schools, studying to be teachers, and they were inseparable. But unfortunately, my mother's best friend was killed in Deir Yassin massacre in 1948. Since then, there has been thousands and thousands of massacres of the indigenous people of Palestine. 8.5 million of us are now refugees or displaced people. This is, after all, as I said, it's not just our tragedy, it's a tragedy of humanity, and we ask you to be involved. I wrote a book about nonviolent resistance, and I ask you to get involved with nonviolent resistance. My name is Mazen Kumsiya again. I'm professor at Bethlehem University, and we started this Palestine Institute for Biodiversity and Sustainability, an institute whose vision is sustainable human and natural communities. This vision is achievable with your support, with your help for Palestine, because this will be a win-win situation for all people of this holy land, a land that's holy to Muslims, Christians, Jews, and Baha'i and others. So we urge you to get involved. Don't just watch us in suffering and in pain. Work for peace, work for human rights. Check out the information available from human rights organizations like Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch, and what they say about the situation here. Work for justice, work for peace, work for human rights. And finally, I invite you to come visit us in this beautiful land. This is a land, after all, that will remain beautiful despite all the horrors that are inflicted on us. These are recent horrors, and they will end, God willing, in 2025 will be a better year. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all. Thank you.